Peru has remained in recent years as one of the hottest destinations for investment in the whole of Latin America. The country, for its size, it has received disproportionately higher FDI investment than many other comparable countries. There are two reasons for that. One is political, the other one is economic. Politically, the country has transformed itself into a new paradigm of political stability and democratic maturity. They are left behind the ideological polarization, the fight between the left and right. Now they are moving towards a pragmatic center. The governments of Peru have been following a judicious and balanced mix of pro-poor and pro-business policies. There is a report of the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, in August, which says Peru has reduced the poverty rate by 26% in the period 2002 to 2012. It's the second highest after Bolivia. But there is a difference. The people who come out of poverty line in Bolivia, they are called the intermediate category, whereas more proportion of people have jumped from below poverty to middle class in Peru. And along with these pro-poor policies, the government follows pro-business policies which are transparent, predictable, and encouraging to the business. Mr. Ollanta Humala, the president of Peru, he started off as a kind of radical leftist, but today he is a very well respected, moderate and pragmatic leader. Whereas some of the leftist leaders of Latin America, they have gone overboard with their anti-imperialistic rhetoric. Now, Humala, he has friends with the imperialists and he is also friendly with the anti-imperialists. He is welcomed in White House and he is welcomed in Caracas. Now, this is the difference in politics which Peru has undergone in the last 12 years. Similarly, in economics, Peru has one of the highest GDP growth rates in the whole of Latin America in the last 12 years. The average growth rate in the last 12 years has been about 6%. But what is even more remarkable is that they have found the winning formula to have the high growth rate with low inflation. The average inflation rate in Peru has been 3%, while the growth rate has been 6%. This is remarkable for an emerging economy. This, I would say, is a role model for the emerging countries. Even in India, we have been struggling. We have high growth but high inflation. Brazil is low growth, high inflation. So I would say that Peru has become a new model of a role model for emerging countries, this new dream of emerging countries to have this high growth with low inflation. Now, with these solid fundamentals, Peru has emerged as the fourth largest destination of India's exports. It has overtaken Argentina. Last year, our exports were $723 million. So Argentina, we exported $692 million, and it's growing very fast. And of course, it's the hottest destination for global investors, but the Indians have not gone there yet. They have gone to Brazil, Mexico, Colombia. I hope this conference wakes up the Indian investors. But I would like to highlight the Peruvian investment in India. Our friend Miguel Wolfo, who was here, he was very humble and modest. But I would like to tell my Indian friend, this is an extraordinary lesson for Indian businessmen. This company, r.viswanathan from Peru, is competing with the Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola. They have established a bottling plant in Maharashtra and competing with these companies, selling in India successfully. Whereas the Indian companies which are making Coca-Cola and other cola companies, either they had surrendered or they are sold out to these big giants. But here is a Peruvian company which is doing something what the Indian companies have failed. And they do it not only in India, they do it in Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand and Asia. And they do in 22 countries around the world. I find it remarkable and it's a lesson for the Indian big giants. Now, for those of you who have interest beyond business, I have 3 recommendations. For those who are interested in Latin American literature, I would like to strongly recommend Mario Vargas Llosa, the Nobel Prize winner. He has written about 20 novels, lots of essays, and he is my favorite writer. And I would say, after the death of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, he is the #1 Latin American writer in the world now. I would like to recommend particularly his book called Aunt Julia and the Script Writer. It's kind of autobiographical. My second recommendation for those who are interested in Latin American films is a film called La Libertadora.